And you need to take into consideration that if you are producing for the US market, Mexico is a huge advantage.
And you've said, we've mentioned a few apparel things, right? Like the t-shirts and the Luska, the bodysuits. I think one of the greatest appeals to sourcing in China, or maybe just in Asia in general, is the wide variety of products that you can have made. Are there any specific products that really are any type of product or material that Mexico is really strong in producing? Is it those textiles or is it more of the woodworking?
So I'll discuss only for small, medium businesses. Obviously, for the larger industries like automotive and aerospace, there is a lot of opportunities here. But I want to focus on my audience, my target group. So for my target group, you can find many industries. You can find from apparel that is super strong, electronics, printing, woodwork, glasswork. We are doing a project for gloves, for motorcycle shoes. So all of it exists in Mexico. It's a manufacturing country. I think that when you are looking at China today they're dropping. I don't think that the opportunities that you had there 15 years ago exist in the same way today. I think that the whole world of manufacturing is shifting, not necessarily only to Mexico, but as I mentioned before, to other countries, Vietnam, Romania, other Asian countries, India, and Mexico is one of them. And I think that what you will see is maybe different is in specialization in different countries. And I mentioned now what Mexico has to offer from my experience. And you need to take into consideration that if you are producing for the US market, Mexico is a huge advantage, not only because of the cost of manufacturing and high quality and the industries that I'm talking about, but short delivery times, because of the proximity, the ability to jump on a plane and in 3 hours to be in the factory if you need to do any kind of changes. The trade agreement, the USMCA agreement, what used to call the NAFTA, if you remember, is definitely allowing American businesses to bring the product custom free. And of course, the cultural resemblance, so the Mexican culture is much closer to the American culture. Everybody eats tacos, and the Spanish in the south part of the US is first language, second language, if not the first language. So definitely you have a lot of resemblance. So the understanding of each other is much easier. When you talk about China or other countries in the world, Americans don't get them too much, the ability to communicate with a Chinese manufacturer is very limited. And this is especially for small, medium companies. I'm not talking again about the big companies that have their own people on ground, but for a manufacturer, a small company in the US that wants to produce their product, the ability to communicate is enormous. The frustration it's caused when there are misunderstanding, that the time zones that are so different that you need to pick up in the 1 a.m. A call in order to resolve something. It's a hassle. In Mexico, same time zone. It's very easy.